On a previous video about combining Apple Pencil, iPad, and the Freeform app, I got this comment during the video. Is there any way to use Freeform during a live stream for teaching, like with Ecamm or OBS? Great question. For this video, for this channel, I want to show you today using Ecamm. I know Ecamm Live, I don't know OBS as well. There is a way you can definitely use Freeform when you're presenting. And in fact, there's two different ways. I'm going to show you both of them today. You can try them out, see how it works. If you're not familiar with Ecamm, I have a link in the video description for Ecamm Live, the software. You can check it out. Even has a free demo with it. And I have a link to Adrian Salisbury's channel and his video training. That's who I learned Ecamm from. First thing is you need to know how to connect everything. If you're asking about using Freeform and using Ecamm, I'm going to assume you have some kind of a Mac and you have some kind of an iPad. That's the main two hardware things you need. Here's what else you're going to need. If you don't already have one of these, you're going to need either this adapter from Apple, which allows you to plug into USB-C on your iPad and connect power, HDMI, and or USB. Or what I actually use is this adapter from a company called 12 South called the Staygo Mini. And it allows you to connect not only power and USB and HDMI, but also a headphone jack. And it's only $30 US. It's about half the price of the Apple adapter. So I have the USB-C cord plugged into my iPad, and then that goes into this adapter. The HDMI cord goes from the Staygo Mini into the Camlink 4K. These are still HDMI to USB and not USB-C yet. And so instead of plugging this directly into my Mac, because I don't have any USB ports, then I already have the Staygo, the full adapter plugged in. And again, this is like $30 US. It has all kinds of ports on it for USB, USB-C, Ethernet, HDMI, SD card. Super helpful. Refresh. If you want to use Freeform from your iPad on your Mac, you're going to need either Apple's adapter or a similar one, like this one from 12 South, that takes the USB-C port of your iPad and allows you to plug in an HDMI cord. That HDMI cord then goes into the Camlink adapter, which converts the HDMI signal then into USB, which if your computer has a USB port, you're golden. If not, you'll need an adapter like this one from 12 South that allows you to plug that USB in, and then from there, your cable goes into the USB-C port on your Mac. Now all your hardware is hooked up. You might be asking, can't I just plug in my iPad with a USB-C cable directly from my iPad to my Mac? You can, but it won't see it as a camera, and that's what you need for this to work. Here we are inside Ecamm Live, and so what I've done is I have a scene here, and I've made the source just blank. So there's nothing else to go on the screen. I'm going to add an overlay that is a camera overlay. And for my source, I'm going to choose what we'll call Camlink 4K 2 because my camera coming in is the first one, iPad is the second one. I have Freeform open on my iPad. It has, for some reason, put a squircle here for a shape. So I'm going to go to custom. And then in that custom shape, you can drag this to get the size you want. And now you can hold down the Option key to crop these in. We want to do that on the bottom, the side here, to hide the controls from our iPad. And then we will drag this down. Keep playing around with this to make it full screen. If we go out of demo mode, this is what your audience would see. And when you grab your tools, you can now work on the screen using any tool you want, and they won't see the palette at the bottom of the screen. They'll only see what you write in this cropped area. If you also want to appear on screen while you're using Freeform, you'd use another camera overlay. Here you are in live demo mode. We'd simply go over here and add another camera. We're also going to choose our source for it to be our camera. I'm going to choose from the options here the custom shape. So now you can make this as big or as small as you want, but then now while I'm working on the screen, I can be talking away and be able to see my audience, or they can see me while I'm talking, keeping in mind you're covering up part of the screen. And then as you move around the screen, whatever you have on there can be seen behind you while you are sharing Freeform. Let me show you one other option if you don't want to go through all the accessories of connecting all of that to your Mac. There's actually a little bit of a trick that just has one cost to it that will allow you to just use your Mac without your iPad directly connected and still show Freeform. Let me show you how to do that. Let's go in here and we will choose a new scene, an empty scene. For source, we're going to choose blank. And now let's add a screen share overlay. And for our source on our Mac, we already have the Freeform app open. So here I have Freeform open on my Mac, and I'll double click and open up that same presentation I was in on my iPad, you can see it's kept it all up to date with the drawings that we did while we were showing you the demo. So in Ecamm, I'll choose a scene, a new scene that is blank, and then I'll go over here and add a screen share overlay, and I will choose, instead of primary display, we'll choose the Freeform app. Over in Freeform, I will hide the sidebar, so we just have that open. Over here in Ecamm, it now shows that here on the screen. So we'll drag this and make it larger. And what we're actually showing now is not the iPad, but it's the Ecamm with the same Freeform document open up on the Mac version of Freeform. You can see it shows some of the toolbar and stuff here. So again, we'll hold down the Option key and we'll crop that out. We'll crop in the sides here to the edge of Freeform. And then now it's not showing the toolbar at the bottom because this is just showing the document in Freeform. So we don't have to crop very much from the bottom. We drag this up, resize it to fill the screen. And now when we hop out of our demo, so now I have a Freeform board open on my iPad, but what you're seeing is Freeform on my Mac. I'm able to go in and almost exactly in real time, what I'm doing on my iPad is showing up on my Mac because I'm on the same document. This would be the same thing somebody else would see if you were collaborating. It does not work as guaranteed or as smoothly as sharing your iPad directly. Sometimes there can be some lag or it doesn't work as perfectly as it should, but overall, that way you can show Freeform in Ecamm Live. So to answer the question, yes, if you connect your iPad using your adapters into your Mac as a camera, then Ecamm Live can see it and put it on screen, and you can be talking while you're presenting and be able to show those things right there in your live stream or in your recording. If you also want to open up Freeform on your Mac, you can share that as a screen share in Ecamm. That's another way you can do that. So hopefully that helps you out. If this is a little bit confusing, hopefully you understand a little bit about Ecamm Live. If you don't, like I said, check out the links in the description, either to the YouTube videos by Adrian Salisbury or the training that he offers that takes you through and gets you from opening up the software for the very first time to being able to do the things that we're showing you today. And if you're like me, sometimes you just have to do it. So sit down, have this open on your phone, have your iPad and your computer up, connect your gear, make sure you have the right adapters. Probably the most expensive piece is going to be the CamLink 4K by Elgato. The Stego and Stego Mini are both relatively cheap. Hook those in with an HDMI cable and you should be ready to go to use Freeform with Ecamm Live through your presentations and your live streams and your recordings with that software. Thanks for the question. Keep your questions and comments coming. That'll help for more videos like this one, and I'll see you next time.